Trans-avant-garde is the version of neo-expressionism in Italy. The term the trans-avant-garde comes from the Italian art critics Benito Oliva in the late 1970s and 1980s. The movement swept all over the world. Trans-avant-garde returns to figurative art, mythological image, and symbolism. And the composition artists of trans-avant-garde were Sandro Chia, Francesco Clemente, Enzo Cucchi, Mimmo Germana, Nino Lombardi, Nicola De Maria, and Mimmo Palladino. Enzo Cucchi, born in 1949, and he comes from the farming village of Miro d'Abba, province of the Ancona, who was interested in the portraits in his early life. So his works are always full of poetic. Who met the critic Benito Oliva in a small population house. He went to Rome frequently in the middle 1970s, and he strongly interested in the visual art. He resolutely abandoned writing portraits and devoted himself to the visual arts, and moved to Rome, then worked with the group of Trans-avant-garde. Each member has their own way of working method without any binding. They prefer to collect the themes into reality, whether it is a past experience or present senses. Cucchi to convey the sceneries, history, cultural legends, or traditional of his hometown through the paintings. He expressed his thoughts and movements through color. His artworks are as attractive as a city of Rome, closely related to the cultural, custom, traditional, the mysteries, religions, pagan, and daily life. He tried to present the history and life of his Italians from the past to the present in his work. In particular, his works present narrowed hills and flat beaches. His hometown, Ancona, showed another perspective of Italy. Ancona is located in the Adriatic Sea. It was built in the 4th century BC, the ancient city founded by under the protection of Emperor Trajan. His painting always presents the landscape and the busy life of harbor. His artworks often feature skull, humans, several heads, sea, fish, mask, such as the painting of a fish on the back of the Adriatic Sea. A man jumps into the skies, seas from the sky, and a fish right on his back. The teeny dog played in the beach. This painting is Cucchi's style of early 1980s. He used the strong, bright colors, simple and bold depiction. Most of his paintings are more concerned with the inner meaning. His paintings have almost no normal proportion. Instead, they are very rude and simple in the painting. And a fish on the back of the Adriatic Sea that we can see. The Cucchi divided the scenes into the two parts. Above the beach, who depicted the very simple curves on the painting. The skies, he used the orange color. He reflected the sea is almost the same color. The sun is reflected in the contour of a mountain and the man. He only used a very simple white line to present the sunlight. Cucchi's teeny dogs with a foreshortened perspective in the painting. His painting captured the statement of the moment without emphasizing the detail. Meanwhile, color and image are interrelated for his works. Cucchi often uses color to emphasizing the immediately experience of landscape and to convey emotion. It's like the painting of painter's earth paintings. He used simple color, lines, and light to present the type of sceneries, even the dynamic of the landscape in the moment. The parts Cookie's painting is similar to the Steele's, who is the leader of abstract expressionist. He likes a simple and a plain color, and limited his palette to feature colors such as black, white, and red. For Cookie, and still colors becomes form, space, and light. More important, color becomes the image of in their painting. Also, the color intense the red hues recalled Matisse painting the Red Studio in 1911. Matisse used the red color to present his experience in pure colors because he loved to use the luxurious color. But Cookie, who used the red color to present the moment of experience of scenery. Legend is very important to Cookie art. Cookie's work is about the ritual and the myth. It's part of Italian heritage and part of contemporary art. In Cookie's painting and drawing, he shows us the desolate landscape using the mythological to provide the backdrops for this desolate land. Although the art atmospheres of melancholy in the moment of his works, but the art suit endowed with the poetic. His work is like the art Povera movement. Cookie attempted to present his image in simple, non-narrative form in his work. His subjects and image are augmented to modify the interpretation. It's like the painting of Close to the Gods in 1982. The painting appears on the large panel, and the entire work is almost filled with blue and the flame and the silver flash. He makes people feel a kind of a roaring sounds, a dark forest, one night counting with the small flames burning around an old castle hanging on a hill with the spires on the walls. Or it is a shadow of the city with the tall houses and the tower, or the hauntings and a ruined castle. However, the sky is filled with the white clouds and at night, and as well as the bright stars. The title of his work, Close to the Gods, is all that is hidden in the mystery. The painting arouses a lot of the imagination. Referring to the Cookie's roots of the cultural heritage, let's try to go back to the end of the Middle Ages. Giotto and Cookie, they appears in an era of the repressment. Mainly, all painting styles have become too common. Most of the painting lost their momentum. Giotto refers the neo-Byzantine style, which is the strong emotion and the powerful revolutionary style. Cookie is like the great Giotto. He created his own unique style in the context of the mainstream artistic creation. And the Cookies grew up in the artistic environment of a saint and a martyr. That was the food of religious overtones for him. So his paintings are full of themes of crucifixion and martyrdom. And Cookie's art is a legendary because he tried to recreate in his works the supernatural spells of the Christian stories about the lives of the saints. The story of the lives of these saints were the destruction and the death followed by the redemption and resurrection. His haunted landscape art filled with a sense of bizarre mythological figures from the monuments of Ancona, such as the painting The Mountain Thought. These themes present his feeling or imagination about the supernatural. Cookie created another words in his painting, a night where the spirits walked the earth, what a pen dash destructions relentless the round of darkness. Most uncornered monuments are original, originated in ancient times and were rebuilt in the Middle Age. The churches are decorated with the imagination, narrates curving, some of which are half human, half animal, and have a sense of the supernatural. Cookie used the elements of light in some of his work to enhance the power of his colors. These lights felt painting have a Caravaggio contrast of light and the dark tones. In fact, the tension between the three-dimensional and the plane runs through all Cookie's works, whether painting, reliefs of sculpture, works with the three-dimensional elements are more like a real object than painting. They let the viewer to enter the painting. Those Caravaggio's painting of Santa Maria del Popolo were to inspire the Cookie's painting, whether it's his dramatics, chiaroscuro, dynamics, or foreshortened as the Caravaggio's painting. Enzo Cookie art is as bustling and inviting as the city of Rome. His works are present cultures, traditional custom, and closely linked to the daily life. The ruins of ancient Rome read mythologic religions, heritage, and their mysteries, legends are all present in his art, which speaks of the past and the present, express the history and life perspectives in his works, ancient culture and vibrant new civilizations, Italian life. Endowing Cookie's art with the extraordinary compositions.